everyone. It's a special show. It's another special show. I did the daily news West Ham update this morning, and I said I'll be back with any news that's fairly interesting or breaking, and it has. It has. Broke about an hour ago from Dave Walker, good friends Dave Walker, an ex-employee. And before I get into it, you remember the videos I was doing about the future, about the manager, who we want, how we should play, Tim Steidten model and everything. And I always said that to be a success, everyone has to pull in the same direction, right? Whether that's a company, whether that's a football club, that means the owner, the manager, or stroke coach, and now the sporting director in the modern setup. They've all got to be on the same page, all driving the West Ham vehicle in the same direction to be successful. And I felt that while David Sullivan is in charge of the club, it's going to be tricky. It's always going to be tricky, and it's not going to be smooth running, and there's going to be issues. So until he's gone, we've got a new owner in place, a bit like, not as rich as, but a bit like Ramovich, who used to largely provide the funds and then implement a very professional team underneath him, and then it all worked really, really well. Not much interference. Let the managers manage, and he was there in terms of financing the club, that kind of thing. But until Sullivan's here, especially in transfers, he's always going to meddle, always going to stick his finger in there. Sometimes, whether deliberately or not, he'll try to tell the manager and the sporting director that you can't agree a fee with that club for the player. That was their number one, number two target. Can we look at number three? And then he'll suddenly say, oh, I've got 5-6 players you might want to buy from my agent friends. It's always going to be a mess in there. He cannot help himself. Examples out there, you can obviously tell that who signed Cornet, who signed Danny Ings. You can all guess that, right? You can all guess that. You can even guess which signings are Tim Steidten's. You can even guess which signings are David Moyes. 3 different people who don't agree with each other, who don't have the same philosophy buying players for West Ham. It'll be a shit show. It's going to be a shit show. And that's why, so much money's been wasted recently and always will under Sullivan. But with this news breaking, that basically David Moyes has accused Tim Steidten of not being honest, the club not being honest, and trying to sort of work behind his back to look for his replacement. And he wants him nowhere near the dressing room or any of the players, the training ground, all that kind of thing, right? Now, I don't really blame David Moyes in this. I blame the board in this, right? The board, what they should have done quite a long time ago is have the balls to either sack David Moyes or tell him, we're going to replace you in the summer. What do you want to do? Do you want to stay on in good faith, or do you want to go and we'll pay you up and then we'll get the Kevin Keanes and Nolans to take over till the end, whatever. It should have been done. It should have been done. By delaying and delaying the inevitable. Moyes is attending every press conference and saying the contract's there, it's on the table, I just haven't got round to sitting down with him to sort it out. He's going around the world telling everyone in the press conference that. Everyone knows that we're interviewing managers. Everyone knows that David Moyes is going to go. It's a shit show. And this is inevitably what's happened. Now, on the back of this, what's going to happen again, I keep telling you, it's a very reactive club, not proactive. So they always fuck it up and then they do the right thing. So now what they're going to do now is, I don't know how long it'll take, but now they're going to announce or tell David Moyes, you're not going to stay now. Now they're going to tell him now. Fucking hell, mate. You couldn't make this up with them, right? Same thing with that Lopetegui, the Wolves guy. I mean, I don't know. I mean, Sullivan, you like to think that Sullivan knows the large West Ham fan base, what kind of manager they want, what kind of age he should be, what kind of football, right? He wanted Lopetegui because it was I don't know if it was a relatively cheap option or maybe one of his agent friends is his agent, I don't know. He put the feelers out there and they came back quite negative, quite a backlash from the fans. And then he's backtracked again. And now he's, I don't know, looking at Ruben Amron again, looking at Fonseca again, and stuff like that. So I think that's what he's going to do. He's going to get a backlash off the back of this, and because he doesn't want the attention sort of hitting his direction, he's going to go and tell David Moyes, "You're not going to stay now." Something he should have done many weeks, many months ago. Because this is not a nice climate environment for Tim Steidten to work in. Tim Steidten, I like to think, is fairly professional. He's coming to fucking Circus. West Ham is a fucking mess. And I don't know how long this guy is going to stay here. I thought he's going to join Liverpool. I'm shocked. Maybe it's because Klopp's going to not stick around. If Klopp had stayed, maybe Tim Steidten would have joined him. You know, I don't know. I might be making 1 and 1 and 2, 2, 1, 2. I don't know. Very hard climate to work in. And you'll find it even harder when kind of you thought he had a challenge with David Moyes, Tim Steidten, signing players. He's going to find Sullivan now coming out the closet and even trying to sign even more players, trying to compete with Tim Steidten in terms of recommending players, wanting players. It's going to be really hard. It's going to be really hard for the club to succeed, truly. Head in the right direction, make signings swiftly, efficiently, quickly, because, any player that Sullivan doesn't want, he's going to spend weeks pretending he's negotiating the price down, and then after 2-3 weeks he'll say, I tried my best, sorry lads, I couldn't get you number 1, who's your number 3, number 4, and then by then the fans are having meltdown because the targets are being signed by someone else. We're looking at targets 3 and 4, which obviously won't be as good as target 1 and 2, and then he'll throw in his own agent's favourite players, and then there'll be a mixture of those all coming over the line with a few days to go. And then the manager would be like, well, I didn't really want them. What am I going to do with them? Same fucking problem all over again. The money is being spent, has always been spent, certainly since Pellegrini's time. But you can see the shit show. By hook or crook, Kudos, Paqueta, Bowen, Alvarez, Emerson largely, Ward-Prowse, they've kind of worked out. But the ones that didn't work out, they hugely outnumbered the 5-6 I just mentioned now, if you go back 4 or 5 years. So clearly the success rate percentage isn't that good. Maybe it's the same at every club, I don't know. But I'm just bothered about our club and how much money we've got compared to other clubs. And after all that, you've seen the state of the squad. You've seen how small it is. You've seen how old it is. We don't have a striker. Really aging back four. A lot of problems, right? And this is an example of it not being run in the same direction. We're gonna keep getting this until Sullivan's at the club. I'm afraid it's just the way it is, and it's embarrassing and bit of concern. How Tim Steidten, how long is he going to hang around with this shit show going on? Really, but this could have been avoided. Just be honest, just be efficient. Just tell David Moyes, sorry mate, thank you for your hard work. You're not going to be here next season. If you do want to leave immediately, you're more than welcome to, and we'll pay you up to the end of the season. And if they really love him that much, I don't know, give him a $500,000 bonus. I don't know how it works, how much you love each other. Easy. Moisey says yes or no. He says yes, stays professional till the end. Have a press conference. Again, always be honest, like my channel. Just be honest. Have a press conference and just say, I had a chat with Sullivan, and for one reason or another, we're happy and we're going to depart on a good way and we're going in a different direction. I'll see what I want to do. I might have a break. I might come back for another challenge. It's simple. Fucking simple. No need to answer questions like, David, do you feel like you've been stabbed in the back? Do you think your record warranted a new contract? No need to answer any of those questions. I've done it for you in 2 minutes, and then the fans are happy. There's clarity, there's honesty, no dodgy questions anymore. Job done. And then it's over to Sullivan, Steidten, to look for an interim team until they get the new manager in. Simple, fucking simple. The players know where they stand. Moyes knows where he stands. The fans know where we stand. The incoming manager knows where we stand. But because of that, because we haven't done this, it's embarrassing for Tim Steidten to do this, and he's been cornered. Obviously, Moyes wouldn't have the guts to face Sullivan like that. That's his boss, but it's not nice for Tim Steidten being caught in the middle. It's Sullivan's fault for making Tim Steidten in this very uncomfortable corner, really. So, apologies, Tim, on behalf of Sullivan, mate. On behalf of us, really, that should come from Sullivan. So, for me, it's just an example of, Even when David Moyes goes, the new exciting manager hopefully comes in. There's still going to be concerns in the transfer window. There's still going to be players coming in where you're going to think, where the fuck did this player come from? He's not Tim Steidten style. He's not the new manager style. Then you have a look. There's a little dwarf in the corner down there. You can't see him. He's too short. He's the one who's responsible for it. You're going to keep getting the circus, mate. Anyway, that's it from me. I've got to go back to work. Unless something else breaks in the West Ham circus, I will see you tomorrow. God bless. Take care, everyone.